Hello, everyone. This is Samir Azizi. This is Azizi Podcast. Welcome. And here's the reason why I'm doing this podcast right now. It's a solo one. The reason why I'm trying to record this right now is because I really don't want to do it. And that's why I'm kind of mad at myself. Like, I really want to start doing podcasts on pretty much daily basis because I've paid, money to host this whole thing for the year ahead. And I feel like I'm getting lazy. So I feel like that's why I'm trying to like kind of fight with myself. I was like, no, let's do something. So the thing is, I don't really have an agenda, so I'll be really quick and I'll just kind of summarize some of the thoughts. I haven't even thought of the podcast today, so I was just like, this is just like a random one that I decided to do, and some of the thoughts that I really like drew down in my notepad, like typed it in. I'm gonna talk about, and maybe in the future I'll be more focused on like what can I tell you guys. But here's the thing. All right, so I think that's episode number 71, and for some reason I said it's 17. No, 71. All right, so the first update is that YouTube channel is getting bigger. So we're like 20 users, 20 subscribers away from fully monetizing the channel, which happened really unexpectedly, and which is pretty cool. Like, it's a cool experience. So I'm pretty excited about that. I know that it's not gonna like bring money. I kind of like calculated like if I'll do 20,000 views like per week, which I think on the bare minimum with like what I'm doing right now, I feel like I can do. I will probably bring $20, 20 American dollars per month or something. So it's like it's not about the money. It's just actually exciting to create this account, like, and uh, kind of cash flow in that. You know what I mean? Like, just like I don't care about those $20 per se, especially if it's only $20. But if it actually happens, like if it actually possible, then you sort of like created money out of your own content, and that's kind of cool. I feel like that's a cool little reward. Again, not because of $20, although why not? But because you actually did it, because so many people drop this, so many people just give up, and I just like experimented, and how I'm getting my views is from like a completely random thing, not in English, it's in Russian, it's not about something in particular, it's a like live streams and stuff like that. So, but whatever. I mean, it works. It works. I shouldn't like criticize myself, So whatever. So it's exciting. So I'm definitely going to be experimenting more with that. So that's the first part. Then what else? Oh, by the way, DAZN just issued this cool documentary about Triple G. Everyone check it out. What I discovered is actually in Canada on DAZN. It's not available. So Joshua documentary and Triple G documentary, those two are not available in Canada for whatever reason. I'm assuming it's some sort of a weird, streaming rights or whatever politics. Who knows? But kind of sucks. It's weird that I'm not gonna see it. It's pretty cold in Canada right now. It's like -7 degrees Celsius. In American Celsius, it's just I think it's around, I don't know, 10 or 20. It's funny. After 10 years, I still never knew the freaking Fahrenheit. All right, what else? Kind of been mad at myself. Like I woke up. And I'm self-critical all the time, but I woke up. I was like, "What I'm doing? I'm doing this French thing. I'm doing Duolingo French, but I'm kind of like, I'm doing it like a little lesson for like 5 minutes a day for the last year, and I feel good about myself. I'm like, oh, I like talking about it at the cocktail party. Like, oh yeah, I'm studying French every day. And to be fair, I learned a plenty of words and sentences that I didn't know like a year ago. However, I feel like I'm just BSing myself. Like if I want to learn French, and again, I remember I went to Montreal last year and got very inspired, and I was like, yeah, I want to speak this language. Half of my country, half of Canada is speaking this language, so whatever. So yeah, I'm like, but then I'm like sort of half-assing it, and I'm really like BSing myself. So like I really need to like take this seriously. Like I feel like, to be honest, like everyone's saying, "Oh, French language is so difficult," and I think, yeah, probably it is if you want to like speak like eloquently or whatever, give a speech at a dinner or something, a toast maybe. But for me to like do the broken, French, like, excuse me, like I need this and that and this, and you go screw yourself, and I need to go there, and I need to buy this, and this is what I think about you, and this is what I think about myself, and also I'm going to do this, and something like simple that I can just get by with. I just need to be confident in that, and I feel like I need to like start talking to people in French. I need to like take like instead of 5 minutes, I need to like at least spend like I would say an hour. Just like okay, this is your French moment. You just learn that freaking language because honestly. Like I've watched a couple shows in French. I already kind of understand on my subconscious level, like my brain picks up on some things, but like it's just not that difficult, especially for me, because I'm so smart. No, because it's really like I've already learned, I don't know, 3.5 languages pretty much if you like combine all of that. But yeah, so basically mad at myself that I'm bullshitting here. I need to learn this language and I will do it. So come on, man. All right. What else? What else? What else? GameStop. I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm tired of. Like I've been doing this. I've been at this investing game for like since 2014, and all of a sudden, like all the podcasters that I'm listening to, everyone's like, "Oh, this Robinhood thing. Oh, wow, it's the next big thing." Everyone's like, "What's shorting?" And you're just listening. Everyone's just so like I'm not claiming that I'm like some sort of like investing like whiz or whatever, but like at least I know some things, and because of that, you're kind of picking up on like people trying to bullshit their way through it and trying to explain it to like their listeners like they're stupid, which they're just taking advantage of the fact that they're just not knowing the subject, and that they're not saying the correct things, but they're still saying it with such confidence, and you're like, especially like the political commentators and all of that, they're like, okay, here's what's happening with Jimmy, and it's just like, okay, man, like just I don't know. So anyway, so I don't want to talk about it because I feel like I don't know, anything that considering like investment advice or investment in general. That's why Americans always like, oh, I'm not a freaking financial advisor. Yeah, that's because everyone's gonna sue each other, and they're already suing Robinhood and all of that. So if you don't know something, maybe it's best not to talk about it. Although like yes, we have to talk about what's happening, but like I just don't like when people try to explain something to you that they sort of read or like on Wikipedia, or like they're just like on some sort of a freaking chat room, and they're just like had this little crash course and whatever, and then they're trying to convey all that information to their public. It's just like so annoying. Anyways, yes, entitled and smart. I know everything and you guys don't. That's how I think I sound. Anyways, but yeah, nothing more to say about GameStop. Just Google it. I don't want to talk about it. It's exciting, but although, all right, I'm already talking about it. I'm just gonna talk about what I'm observing. What I'm observing is like this cool people that I usually follow, and they give this like cool advice about life and philosophy and all of that. And lately, like with this whole thing with the Bitcoin and now with the shorting, hedge fund, it's all about like people against the big businesses, people against the corporations, but against hedge funds. And it's, in spirit, it's actually pretty fair. And it's, I can see the heart in it. I can see the true meaning. I can see the true feelings in it. And, in my heart, I support the whole thing. But it's also all of a sudden, like people jump in on this thing. Oh my God, this is something trendy, and they start like preaching about like we should like, I don't know, we should. How do you say it? Just preaching about like, well, yeah, that's the power to the people. They should all like, get together, and those hedge funds are like, very ridiculously, bad and all of that. I don't know. I sound stupid now. I just don't really want to talk about it. I don't know why I'm talking about it. I'm just like. Anyways, a lot of people are trying to self-promote themselves using this trendy subject. And, at the beginning it was kind of like, because I was already like, I was going crazy about when I just like actually like midway through it, I was like, wow, I'm going to like go into Reddit and I'm going to read everything. And then I'm noticing that a lot of people are just sort of promoting their brand based on this issue. And they're not really talking about what's happening. And so that's why I'm like I started to lose interest because I don't know, maybe my attention span is not so great, but I feel like I got everything I needed from it, and I've been around, in investing in Robinhood in particular for like quite some time, and I don't know. I honestly don't think. Anyways, I think I'm gonna stop talking about it. All right, next, reimagining. Okay, reimagining. So here's the thing. I'm like with this podcast that is in. It's in English, I switched to English, blah, 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 came to Canada, switched from Russian to English, and now I'm talking in English. And So pretty cool experience. Actually, I just realized like my first serious episode with like a stranger who was Tyler Buxton at that time was in February, so like pretty much almost a year ago. So we've gone pretty far with it, with the pandemic and all. I could have just said, screw it, just not gonna, just not gonna do it. But no, I continued, and it was actually pretty successful. So I'm pretty proud of myself. Like, I'm not gonna lie, so did a good job. Maybe could have done something better, but all things considered, well, done all right. And but so now with this whole Russian thing that came into my life again, first like this professor from Moscow State University interviewed me, and I gave this whole explanation of what's happening and all of that, and showed it to my friends, like some of the tape, and they were like, "Oh my god, you sound so good!" And it was like everyone's saying like I sound so good in Russian. I'm like, okay, cool. And then I said, and then what? And then I was like, okay, let's do a stream in Russian, and I'll just call the fights in Russian. I'm just gonna watch them live. And all of a sudden, this thing like really shoot out, and where I'm like watching a fight live, and then I'm talking about it real time, and I'm sharing my experiences, and I'm sharing what's happening in the ring. And so some people can say like, well, that's because they think that you're gonna show the fight. Yeah, that would be true, but they're really subscribing to my channel. So people who are actually subscribing are quote unquote, like they are de facto voting for me, saying that yes, your content is worthy my subscription. So just that particular point makes me think like, okay, then it's for real. Then it really means something. Actually, I don't even know if I'm recording on this. I think I'm recording. Gosh. Anyways, I don't care. All right, because I'm using this my new, well, not new anymore, but like my fancy H6 Zoom recorder as a audio interface instead of audio recorder. So actually, my GarageBand is recording using Zoom, and so we'll see this first time. So, which means that I don't know. There's some niche. I was thinking about that because when I was doing my podcast in Russian, there was like some saturated kind of like listenership as well. So I think what the thing is, first of all, yes, it is successful. And I was like, why is it successful? Like, yes, obviously, I do a good job or whatever. But also, I think there's a void. There's like a huge demand in consumption of content. Especially like, for example, boxing content is what I'm doing right now. I'm pushing boxing content right now. And but not enough people that provide it. So the supply is not equal to demand. The demand is oversaturated, right? So what this means like because the supply is so little, even the smallest piece of content, for example, my commentating the fight between Sajidin Akhmedov and Steven Dunio, whatever, got like 5,000 views instantly just because, well, first of all, even the channels were not showing that fight for some reason. But even those that were, it's just people really want to see what other people think, and they want to relate to other people, to the channels. And like, for example, boxing channels. I really think there's only like 3 boxing channels on all YouTube in Russian. One of them just recently started, which I really like, but another one is like, there are other 2 that have been around for a while, but that's pretty much it. So there's not enough media in the Russian internet, basically, on the Russian internet. So I came with my whatever, yada, 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 and I sound interesting, and I'm actually pretty articulate in Russian, which is, I actually forgot about this, but yeah, I mean, I sound good, yo. Knock on wood, I don't know, I'm probably not, but that's what people have been saying, and I like to hear my voice, yo. So, conclusion. Maybe I shouldn't really go black and white on that. I should just do both, Russian and English. Maybe my next episode I'll do exactly the same thing. I'm probably gonna talk about other things. Because honestly, I think I told you that before during my very first episode in English. Is like when I'm speaking English or I'm using English language, I'm actually transforming myself into another person. For some reason, some psychological thing, all of a sudden, everything that I've learned in California in my 10 years life from like University of California, Santa Barbara, and then Cal State University, all the culture of this, coastal whatever, and all of a sudden I'm like that guy. But when I speak in Russian, I'm pretty much the same. I'm that guy, but there's also all of a sudden I'm more personal. Like I'm sharing more. I think I'm sharing my thoughts freely rather than in America. In America, like in English, I feel like more like I'm putting barriers. When I say something in English, I don't know. It's probably TMI, but Um, Point is that the content probably will be different in both languages, but which makes it even more exciting because all of a sudden I'm, drawing on two sources of inspiration. So I don't know. Maybe I'll do the next one in Russian and see how it goes, and then I'll be like Russian English episode in Russian, and then whoever's interested in English stuff can do that, and whoever's interested in Russian episodes can listen to that. I'm always like thinking like, oh my god, like if I'll switch to Russian, everyone's gonna leave me, and like all that audience that I've built, they're just gonna feel betrayed or something. I don't know. I have these crazy thoughts, like I'm some sort of a PewDiePie, but it's not. Like I should like give myself like a whole, bring myself back to earth and say, yo, like first of all, no one cares. Second of all, if you're enjoying it, then screw it. What are you gonna do? Like, what? Oh my God, there's like mixture of Russian and English. What? And then what? Like everyone's gonna be like, oh, this is so confusing. Oh my god, I cannot listen to this channel. No, like I don't know. If there's like a cool content provider and occasionally the dude speaks Chinese, but then the rest of the like other videos he shows in Russian or English, like I don't care. Like as long as it's good content, I'll just skip the Chinese ones and I'll put the Russian one on or English one on, whatever languages I know. So hopefully French in the future, but and then maybe Chinese actually. But yeah, so it depends. Like we always like hide behind quality and content and like how high is the resolution of my camera, but no, it's all about content. And actually I hate this word content because it's been around. It's like this is a new word, but everyone's just like overusing it so much. I think the best like it's the quality of information that you're providing, the usefulness of information that you're providing is what's important. And I feel like if my information, and by usefulness I really mean entertainment, because I don't want to be like a news channel or whatever, but I want to provide entertainment. So whether any, I feel like maybe that it can even be a strength of mine if I use two languages. But talking too much about it, but this is like an internal conflict that I'm having because I'm trying to find the identity of my outlet, right? I'm still looking for Azizi podcast as like an identity, and honestly, like I really feel that. I really feel like I'm not there yet. I'm still searching. I'm still experimenting. At work, professionally in marketing, we call it like A/B testing. Like I do this and that and this and that, and say whatever sticks. Like I double dip on that. So yeah, so definitely I don't see Azizi podcast as something that has been solidified. It's still evolving. We're still trying to look for we. For some reason, I use plural. But anyway, so looking for something, like what else is there? What else is there? So, and it's kind of cool because it's such a privilege to have a freedom, like this whole podcast. It's just mine. It's no one else's, and it's my name on it. I didn't like box myself into say like, oh, this is the boxing with Samir Azizi. Come on, let's talk about boxing and nothing else. No, it's Azizi podcast. It's a podcast of anything I would like to do. It's my name on it. I'm responsible for what I'm saying, and yeah, it's my brand. It's my network, and who knows what else I can do? Who knew that after like June 2019 when I had my first episode, like I ended up here, talking with all these cool personalities, with all these cool people. So, yeah. I mean, can you imagine what's going to be in the year? That's crazy. I mean, I've been doing this for more than a year now. I never had this hobby before that I would be so involved in. I think I told that to you guys before. Anyways, just rambling. Okay, next subject, McAfee. So, here's what happened. Just a second. Let me just pull up some of my notes. So okay, so what happened? Okay, so there's this guy, John McAfee, and he's you probably already know, he's like super rich and very eccentric, and he has like this rich story of like how he invented the antivirus software. And then he just decided to escape America, something, lived on the island, drugs, cartels, and he has this bizarre documentary and story, and he's also like a libertarian, I think, or something like that, and he ran for presidency. I mostly just focus on the parts where he is a successful entrepreneur and he has some stuff to say, so I'm just curious about that. So I think back in March, he tweeted that, hey, if you have like 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, I'm gonna go on your channel and I'm gonna give you an interview. So I didn't. I think at that time I only had 70 subscribers, Whack whack. But I still emailed his wife because he just gave his wife's email. So I think I don't know. I'm assuming it's his wife because she has the same last name, and I think I heard somewhere that it's his wife. But anyway, so I kind of thought like I'm just gonna wiggle my way through, and they're not gonna notice that I don't have any subscribers. So that got me pretty far. I emailed back and forwards. We almost scheduled something, and then she caught me. She caught me. She realized. I probably shouldn't say that because of what I'm about to say. Anyway, so she said, "No, sorry." I'm like, "Okay, never mind. It's okay." But she's like, "Yeah, like email us when you have 1,000 subscribers." I'm like, "Okay, cool." And this morning I woke up. I'm like, "Oh, that's true. I'm about to have 1,000 subscribers." So I emailed her again today and I said, "Hey, I want to talk to John." And what I want to talk to him about actually is the whole Gamestop thing. Because I feel like if I want to talk about this, I want to have this like OG someone who has a lot of money and made it through some weird ways. Through Silicon Valley. I feel like he's the perfect guy to talk to about it, and he has some stuff to say. And I feel like if I want to discuss this subject, he would be an amazing guy to talk about that. So I emailed him, his people, his wife, I guess, and we'll see what's gonna happen. But hey, John, if you're listening to this thing, I don't know. I at least appreciate the fact that I'm trying. All right, so I'll hope that he'll respond, and we'll have a cool podcast together. And we'll see. Anyways, and what else? Oh, yeah, I'm kicking myself because I'm for some reason not listening to my audiobooks. Something happened. I think it's the weather or something where I would usually listen to them when I go on walks, and now I don't because it's cold as F. So, I don't know. I just need to start listening to books, everybody. I don't know why I'm not listening to them. I have a subscription. I'm like very freaking careless with all this subscription stuff. I need to like tighten my belt with that. But yeah, so just need the books. If you guys know any cool books, let me know. Give me send me the suggestions or whatever. But that's pretty much it. Just wanted to like put it all out there. Why am I kicking myself for? What am I kicking myself for? What am I criticizing myself for? And I'm actually glad that I'm doing this podcast. I really didn't want to do it because I was like, I have nothing to say. What can I say? And then the whole solo podcast is almost like a capitulation. I was like, oh, no guests today, and I don't want to do Zoom, so it's pandemic, and let's just give up. So no, I'm gonna be like the freaking what's his name, Bill Burr, just gonna scream at my microphone and. No, I shouldn't. I really shouldn't. I should be like very polite. Polite, Disney, family-friendly, Azizi podcast, everybody. All right. That's pretty much it. Follow me. Please subscribe. Oh, I forgot to say, like, yeah, if you're listening to it and if you're actually one of those people who are freaking, like, listening, like they're waiting for this podcast, first of all, you are very, very highly appreciated. But second of all, please give me the 5 stars on iTunes, 5, like exactly 5, and write a review. I don't have reviews on my iTunes. I think I have just one, and I think I wrote it myself, or someone else wrote it. I don't know. I think I wrote it myself, but they just caught me and like, no, we don't accept self-reviews. I'm like, whatever. So can you please write a review and just say something? I honestly, like, you can even say it's bad. I sometimes I have haters, especially during my stream. And it's just such an interesting feeling. I don't know, when people actually talk smack to you online, like, and they like legitimately going like they discuss how you look, your appearance, and you're like, oh my god, you're actually like say like very nasty stuff to me, and you're like, wow, it's really happening. I have a hater, and he hates me, or she, or probably he, and statistically speaking, and yeah, and kind of like it's a cool feeling. Like, wow, like people really waste their negative energy on you. Can you imagine? Anyways, well, I hope you're not a hater, so please like leave like a positive review. I have an Instagram as well, ADOUBLEZIAZZ, because of my last name. Get it? Same thing with Twitter and Instagram, and oh yeah, the freaking Clubhouse. I don't know. I don't believe in Clubhouse. I'll be honest with you. I might be wrong. Who knows? But I just don't believe that people have the bravery to actually talk. Not everyone has a podcast, but maybe I'm missing something about the system. So yeah, so AZZ is everywhere. Like, go to any social network if it's popular, find AZZ. and you'll find me, A-double-Z. That's me, chilling with my nephew with Hibby. Anyways, adios, ladies and gentlemen. I might do something in Russian tomorrow, but the whole point about this whole thing is that maybe I can do a routine out of it, and you can always have me in your ear, and I can just spit my thoughts. And, I actually honestly think if I'll do this long enough, like this whole ramblings, I will be more coherent and more organized, and perhaps I will provide entertainment for you. Perhaps you will laugh and smile, or be compassionate, or like maybe I'll trigger some thoughts so that will make you, I don't know, motivated, and you'll be eager to make your life better. Or something like, call your grandma, like I'm about to call my grandma and say hi. So maybe you'll call your grandma, call your grandma. I think that's the good ending. If you have a grandma, call her. If you don't have a grandma, call your, parents. If whatever, just call, like as soon as you finish listening to this, like, pick up the phone and don't text anyone, just call. And I don't know, I feel like that's a good point to finish this whole thing. Alrighty, goodbye.